shouldn't start it. It is cold. It is cold today, guys. So cold. Welcome to another episode of Bakwuds Live in the frigid land of Louisa County. Today is episode number 43. So we are going to be finishing up a skateboard that I worked on last episode, on episode 42. I got two different streams going on right now. Facebook right here, YouTube of course, right here on my main cam. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns about anything I'm doing, talking about, or working on, please let me know. I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I'll keep checking back on the screen, see if you guys are saying anything, talking about anything. Thank you for joining me once again in our lovely, lovely paradise that we will call Louisa County. You know, that's just the way it is. And look, some hearts are popping up. I don't know what that is. Thank you, though. If you guys are doing that, I appreciate that. Oh, we're gonna jump right into this. So I'm gonna start with these edges here. I have already taken it through the table sander and through the bag sander. It's an inflatable bag sander. We have already done that. We've gotten our curve to it. So all I have to do now is come back, and I'm using some 120, I hope, nope, I got 220. I generally use 120 to finish out the edges, make sure I don't have any kind of like marks on them that the sander would have left on there. You can't hear me, oh crap. Check, 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 there it is. Now you should be able to hear me. I apologize about that. Thank you very much, Supra Turbo. I'll get it one day. I hope you guys can hear me now. Not the first time I've done this. Probably won't be the last. This one, I believe, was only an 8.5, 15-inch wheelbase, 32.25, I think we went on the full width. I think that was about it. It's a twin shape, so it's going to be the same concave on both sides. If I can find my mask, there it is. Got to wear a mask for safety. So give me just a minute. We're going to get through this sanding, and then we'll talk about some more things. All right, real quick, real painless. Now I can flip it over and do our other side here. And again, I'm just getting this thing nice and smooth. Once I finish with the 120, I'll flip over to the 220, get this thing real nice and paint ready as always. All right, now we're both through both sides of this thing, so now we can start focusing on the tops and bottoms. And now what we're gonna do, just double check and make sure we don't have any comments or anything. Awesome, awesome. And if you do, please feel free to reach out. I've already had somebody tell me that I was messing up right off the bat. I love it. It's just part of the game, I guess. You're probably gonna wanna hear some of what I say anyways, maybe not all of it. We're gonna go ahead and hit this top. We're just trying to get rid of pencil marks. We're trying to clean up these holes, trying to get rid of pencil marks, trying to get rid of any divots or marks that may be on it, dried glue, stuff like that. So not trying to change the shape at all, just trying to smooth it out, make it real nice and pretty. How long have I been making skateboards? It's an interesting thought because I've been doing graphics since 2007, 2006, but I've been actually producing skateboards since about 2020, give or take. So up until I started actually producing the decks, I would get the boards, do the graphics on them, and then resell them. And I've always wanted to learn this process, but I just didn't have the technology or the money to make it happen. So I actually started making wake skates, which is really cool if you've ever done it. It's like skateboarding on the water. It's really cool. It's not quite wake surfing because that you're actually surfing a big wave, but wake skating, you're actually being pulled with a rope and everything. So I started making those, and I actually turned out that I could make them, and I could ride them, and I could do some tricks on them, and it was really cool. So I figured if I could do that, then shoot, I should be able to make skateboards. So I started doing it. I actually learned, I had to teach myself how to make the molds. I did the same thing with the wake skates. I taught myself how to make the molds, how to compress them enough to get that glue setup that you want, like this. And then from there, it was just trying to fix it and make it professional, basically. That's the whole, more or less, process. So I know I just turned a simple question into a whole tutorial, but I apologize. Boy, when that breeze hits you from this thing, legendary. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Maybe one day I'll be able to show the wake skates that I've made. I have them locked up in the closet right now. But when that breeze hits you from this thing, whoo, boy, it's cold. Whew, man, I gotta get used to that. Okay, we got that top pretty much there. There we go. That's much better. Looking much better. That's what we have happening. So now I've gotten rid of all those little sharp edges. So now I can flip it over and do the same thing with the bottom. Should go a little quicker with this one. Okay, so it's pretty quick, pretty easy to get past the 120 stage up. I forgot a little bit here. So the main goal of that, obviously, get rid of the pencil marks, get rid of any kind of mess ups or sharp points that come over, or striation marks from the different sanders that I use there. How do we add drawings to the board? So that's something I'm still working on for my website. So just hit me up with an email if you want, or you can hit me up with a comment, and we can work together. You can just send me like a GIF or a pic or whatever way you have an image. You just let me know, and I'll work with you to make sure that it's going to be right to put on the board, and we'll work together to make it happen. Whatever has to happen, we'll make it work. Nobody really shows you how to do this stuff. I just have to kind of teach myself. We're probably going to cut this episode a little short today because it is damn cold. I can't really feel my thumbs at the moment. They hurt just a little bit. But I don't want to wear gloves. I can't wear gloves while I'm trying to make skateboards. So I'm going to buzz through this bottom layer with the 220. And now we're just getting this thing paint ready, making sure it's going to be real smooth and buttery soft to the touch. I appreciate that. I could have helped you use the help, honestly. Tell you, that would have been great. But I also wanted to say, before the end of the episode, I'll write down my email address. So if you have a board that you want to get to talking to me about, specifically a graphic or anything like that, just let me know, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I want to do a little side-by-side comparison to show you guys. So on this one has been sanded, this one has not. Really, it's just in the way it feels for your hand. Okay, pretty good. I like where we're looking at. That is looking really nice. That is looking really, really nice. I really like that. Like I said, it's just a genuine, regular old popsicle. And you know what? Before I forget, let me write down that email address. I'm just going to type it up on the chat here. I think that'll be just as easy. There we go. Okay, so there's my email addresses. So if you have any kind of boards that you're trying to do, who says you have to be official and have all kinds of fancy tech? I like low tech. This is low tech. Bobby at Bakwuds.com. Orders at Bakwuds.com. Either or. See, that's what I made. It's ridiculous, right? I love it. I love to be ridiculous. Wife says I'm ridiculous, but, you know, that's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell her. I'm just a ridiculous person. Okay, so final stats on this board that we have made. We have an 8 5/8, actually. 8 5/8. Our wheelbase on this thing, 15-inch wheelbase. Nice size, big cruiser deck. Total length overall, 32 1/2 inches. Now our nose and tails should be identical at 6 7/8 and 6 7/8. So they are in fact identical, but that's a beautiful looking board. This thing is in fact paint ready or graphic ready, depending on what you choose. You could do either route. I can do pressed graphics, the heat press graphics that you see on a lot of skateboards nowadays. I can do those. I can do hand painted graphics. Whatever you're looking for, you just let me know. We can work together, get this thing straightened out. So on our next episode, probably episode 44, unless I call this like a 0.5 episode, we're going to be building one of these bad boys. This thing right here, we're going to be building this. Look at that. That thing is awesome. Of course, it's not going to have the point on it. We're not going to do one with the point. We're going to actually do something more akin to this one. This is a little more similar to what we're actually going to build on our next episode. I have a special request from a customer that wants something almost identical to this one. Probably a little more rounded over on the nose, which is totally cool. And I think a little more square on the tail, possibly. The only difference being that this one that I'm going to be building is going to be 10 inches wide. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to see if we can make that happen. I mean, obviously, we can make it happen. That's what we do here at Bakwuds. But hopefully we can make it look really, really nice. And, you know, make them really happy. So like I said, we're all finished with this one. I'm just going to leave it right there and slide this camera right back over here and say a few final words before we run this show on out. So I'm going to get rid of that. I would like to say thank you very much for joining me on today's episode of Bakwuds Live. This was episode number 43. So I do appreciate you being here and helping me produce a better show for you guys. I was told that my sound was off at the beginning. It happens. I've done it many times. I'll probably end up doing it again. So either way, I do appreciate you being here. It's cold. I'm going to go in. This is what we made. And next episode, we're going to make another one. One like, where is it? That one, right there. That one, one of them. I don't know, one of them. We're going to make skateboards. I love it. I love making them. It's just the way to be. So anyways, take it easy. Have a good night and stay safe out there. Peace. Oh, it's cold. Okay, I'm going back in now because it's cold out here, man.